Hey, okay. So I just thought of the best way to remember how to pose people in your family portraiture. I do mini sessions and it moves really, really quick. So I was thinking like, um, how do I say this in like an easy way so that people can remember how to move people through their session in a quick way? And if you want the cheat sheet to what I'm about to say, I am putting the link below so you can download it there. Okay, here is the best and easiest way to remember how to create that variety in your family portrait sessions and how to really never become stuck. I know it's happened to me, it's probably happened to you where you're shooting and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do next. So here's the easiest way to do it. Okay, but before we get into it, if you will please hit subscribe on your channel, it helps me out with the algorithm so much, just to be found by people like you looking for good information. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to place them. Okay, so this is just you, the photographer, saying, hey guys, go here. And I usually start with my family either sitting or standing. And I use apple boxes if the ground is wet, so I can create a little bit of like layering and they have somewhere nice to sit that's not like the wet grass or a blanket on the wet grass. So place them. Then you're going to think about replacing the air in between them with humans. Okay, so you never really want people to be far apart like this. You want them to be close and connected so that it shows in your shot that they love each other and that they feel close and connected. So you're going to place and then you're going to replace air with humans. And that might look like putting somebody's hand on another person's arm, or they may side hug each other. Okay, and then your next step, once you have the space in between them taken care of, then you're gonna ask them to embrace. Okay, so we all know that when people are like static and standing still, it gives you a photo that has no life in it. So you always want your subject to be a little bit in motion, or just maybe coming out of emotion so that that emotion shows. So now you're going to ask them to embrace. And that may just be like a little squeeze, or a little hug, or you may get one of the parents to like tickle the side of a kid. You ask them to embrace and create that dynamic for just a tiny little bit of motion that's going to show in your photo. Now that they're there and they're a little bit warmed up and a little bit in motion, you're gonna go to the chase stage. Okay, so in this stage, you can cause them to actually be in motion with like large muscle movements. So they can walk to you, you can say, everybody tickle dad or everybody tickle Johnny. Do something that causes the whole family to move. And then the last stage is the erase step. So on this one, I usually pull out people out of that same scene and then I shoot a different combination of people in the same scene. So let's say you started with the whole family, they were standing up or they were sitting on your apple boxes, and then you zap up the space in between them, you cause them to do a little hug, and then you cause them to do something funny like everybody look at each other or tickle dad or whatever. Then you can say, okay, we're going to do kids only. So parents, you guys step out. And it really maximizes the time that you have there so that you're not like taking up time by moving everybody from A to B. Okay, so just as a reminder, here are the stages: place, replace, embrace, chase, and erase. 5 stages. Okay, so that's an easy way to remember. And you are shooting every single time you move them. And in each of those 5 stages, you are thinking of like one tiny new thing that you can do to get a little bit more variety from that one stage. Okay, guys, I hope that helps you. If you want the cheat sheet, I've written out the stages and then just like a one-liner on what that stage means, and some suggestions, like some examples of how you might use it in your shoot. All right, can't wait to meet you guys on the next video, and I will see you then.